October 6th, 2025. After a 10-year absence in the US, McDonald's has officially brought back its legendary Monopoly game, the campaign that once turned fast food into a global treasure hunt.
McDonald's Monopoly game kicks off today after a 10-year hiatus. The contest will feature new digital game pieces to go along with the classic peel-off stickers. And if you play, you could win $1 million in cash, vacations, a Winnebago motorhome, a Lowe's shopping spree, and of course, free food. That's usually what you end up getting with those Monopoly games.
But behind the nostalgia and golden fries lies a dark chapter the company would rather forget. Because the last time this game ran, it wasn't luck deciding the winners. It was an inside job. A marketing dream turned into a multi-million-dollar crime ring, masterminded by one man who rigged the system from the inside for nearly 12 years.
That got us talking and thinking about one of the other times the company paused the game back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, now we're talking about a scam that was dubbed the McMillions scandal. Our Jalissa Garza back here in the studio with us to give us a rundown on the ins and outs of this one. Jalissa, this was such a crazy story when it first broke.
Oh my gosh, absolutely insane, and people are still talking about it so much that me and our producer spent a few hours yesterday digging into the years of coverage that followed the 2001 scandal.
So how did McDonald's Monopoly transform from a marketing phenomenon into one of America's biggest corporate scams? Let's rewind to where it all began. When McDonald's first launched the Monopoly promotion in 1987, it was a marketing masterstroke. Customers were given game pieces attached to drink cups, burger boxes, and fry containers, each one representing properties from the classic Monopoly board. Collect the right set, and you could win anything from a free Big Mac to a $1 million grand prize. By the mid-1990s, the promotion had become a cultural phenomenon. Sales spiked every time the game returned. Families collected game pieces like lottery tickets, and McDonald's reported record-breaking quarterly revenues during each run. But behind the excitement, something sinister was happening, a deception that would take over 12 years to uncover. The mastermind? A man named Jerome Jacobson, better known as Uncle Jerry. Jacobson was the head of security for Simon Marketing, the agency McDonald's hired to manage the Monopoly campaign. His job was simple: oversee the printing, distribution, and protection of the rare, high-value game pieces, the ones that could make someone a millionaire overnight. But starting in 1989, Jacobson discovered a loophole that would turn the entire game into a fraud machine.
As far back as we could trace, from 1989 to 2001, almost every winner who came forward to claim a prize of the McDonald's Monopoly game turned out to be part of a criminal ring to defraud the game.
The FBI told us the game pieces are being stolen.
McDonald's was shocked.
The $1 million prize was what everybody was after, and we were all, shocked when we found out that we never had a chance to win.
Instead of securely delivering the winning pieces to random McDonald's stores, he quietly stole them, replacing them with worthless duplicates. He then distributed the genuine $1 million tickets to friends, relatives, and even strangers, who would later share the winnings with him in secret. From 1989 to 2001, Jacobson and his network rigged almost every major prize in the game. Out of nearly $24 million in winnings, not a single legitimate customer ever won a top prize. The winners were fake, handpicked by Jacobson in exchange for kickbacks that often ranged between $50,000 and $100,000 per prize.
The main guy would get it, he would have a recruiter, and then they would find someone, and then that person would have to pay a certain amount of money, sometimes $50,000 up to $100,000 for the game piece.
The scam worked for more than a decade, with the crooks making off with more than $24 million.
FBI agents noticed that too many big winners were connected to each other, so they launched an investigation. And what they uncovered shocked everybody. A man named Jerome Jacobson, who worked for the company that printed the game pieces, had been stealing all the winning pieces since 1989. And instead of letting random customers win, he gave the stolen pieces to his friends and family, who would pretend to be lucky winners. They would split the prize money with him afterwards.
In 2001, the FBI launched Operation Final Answer, an undercover sting that revealed the entire scheme. More than 50 people were indicted, and Jacobson himself was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison. For McDonald's, it was a PR nightmare. The brand had been promoting a game built on fraud for more than a decade, and the trust of millions of customers was shattered overnight. But the question remains, How did the world's most powerful fast food chain recover from a scandal that nearly destroyed its most successful marketing campaign? When the FBI launched Operation Final Answer in 2001, it wasn't just investigating fraud, it was unearthing one of the most elaborate marketing scams in corporate history. The investigation began quietly. McDonald's had noticed something strange. Winners of major prizes often lived in similar regions, had overlapping connections, or appeared suspiciously well off before their supposed lucky break. But the true scale of the scheme only came to light when the FBI received an anonymous tip, a phone call claiming that the McDonald's Monopoly game had been rigged for years. That call changed everything. FBI agents went undercover, posing as representatives of McDonald's promotional team. They met with winners, recorded conversations, and tracked cash transfers. What they found was astonishing. Nearly every major prize between 1989 and 2001, cars, vacations, cash jackpots, had been awarded to someone linked to Jerome Jacobson, the former Simon Marketing security chief. Jacobson's network included family members, ex-convicts, and random acquaintances. He would mail the rare winning game pieces, the ones meant to be distributed randomly across America, to trusted intermediaries who'd recruit fake winners. These winners would then cash in the prize, share the proceeds with Jacobson, and disappear. By the time the operation was exposed, more than $24 million had been stolen. The FBI arrested 8 key conspirators in a coordinated raid and later charged 51 individuals in total. In August 2001, McDonald's issued a public apology and immediately halted the Monopoly game worldwide. Their stock dipped, consumer trust plummeted, and critics questioned how such a massive scam could go unnoticed for over a decade. What made it worse was timing. McDonald's had been relying on Monopoly to boost sluggish sales during the early 2000s. Losing that campaign, even temporarily, meant losing one of their biggest seasonal revenue drivers. But amid the chaos, McDonald's took a different route. Instead of distancing itself from the scandal, the brand doubled down on transparency. It cooperated fully with the FBI, launched an internal investigation, and suspended its relationship with Simon Marketing immediately. The company promised to bring the game back, but this time with real winners. By 2003, McDonald's was ready for redemption. The company relaunched the Monopoly game under strict new security, working directly with independent auditors to guarantee fairness. The return campaign was bold, emotional, and focused on winning back trust rather than just prizes. Sales surged again, and customers flocked back, this time believing every win was real. Fast forward to October 6, 2025. The Monopoly game officially returned once more, marking 20 years since the fraud scandal. What began as one of the biggest corporate scams in history had transformed into one of marketing's greatest comeback stories.